How much of practice was Steph able to do today?
He didn't do any practice. He'll be out tomorrow, day to day beyond that. But we had a good practice. We got a few guys out. JK will be out. Obviously, Jimmy, one more. Who else is out tomorrow? Seth, yeah. Seth is starting to ramp up some work, but he'll be out as well.
Was JK able to practice?
No. He got some on-court work in before practice, but it's the injury is at a point, the recovery anyways, at a point where he's not yet ready to go live.
Do you know what the latest on Jimmy is in terms of his logistics for getting surgery?
I do, but I'm not going to share that because I don't know if I'm supposed to or not. So, yeah.
Steve, on Steph, if he misses a couple days, what does he need to do in between whenever he returns for you guys to feel comfortable that he's good to go again?
That'll just be totally up to Rick and Steph. So as soon as Rick tells me he can play, obviously he'll play. But they're working together every day, and I don't have an answer for you though on that.
I don't know if we had a chance to ask you this yet, but as a coaching staff, how have you guys adjusted since Chris DeMarco's been gone?
We've adjusted well. Basically, Chris Weems came back to the front of the bench. He's been great. I mean, sacrificing that spot this year, it felt good to get him back, to the front of the bench. He's been a head coach. He's done both sides of the ball, so he's helping on the defensive side. And Stack's doing a great job, helping us get into the right schemes, making adjustments. He's got help from Jacob Rubin and AV, and so they've got a good synergy going in that group.
Steve, to go back to Steph for a second, All-Star game is next weekend. Has there been any discussion about what he's going to do for that, or too soon to say?
Yeah, no.
With the uncertainty of the trade deadline, how do you think the leadership of Steph and Dre, how valuable has that been in the locker room, and how would you describe their leadership styles right now?
Yeah, I mean, the trade deadline is always a really difficult part of the year for the players. Every year feels a little different, and some years you really, it doesn't feel like anything's happening, and the guys are, I think, calmer. And a year like this where there's so much speculation, it makes for some angst for the whole group, and it's good to have veteran guys who have been around, guys like Al and Buddy. You mentioned Steph and Dre. They're all very helpful for the younger guys, just kind of, talking them through, what's happening, what's not happening, how all this stuff works, how the league operates. So yeah, it's not fun though.
Coach, here. The last game, Gui Santos showed a lot of emotion after baskets, screaming loud, in Portuguese, I should say, bringing the crowd together and helping the team. What's the importance of having a guy like this that can energize not only the team, but the crowd as well?
Well, he's Brazilian, so of course he showed the emotion and the passion. We love Guy for that reason and many others. He's a really good player. But he's a guy who always, you can see his joy and his love for the game. And he played really well. He helped us get back into that game, gave us a chance to win. And, he's in the rotation right now, playing at a very high level. So it's fun to see.
Without Jimmy, without Steph, how do you put together an offense that you like?
Well, we're making some adjustments. That was part of practice today. Is you whatever you do, you always have to be able to create an advantage on offense, and if you can do that, now you've got a chance to get a good shot in any given possession. So, it's really about thinking what creates advantages. Pace is the first thing that comes to mind. If you can rebound and go or cause some steals, then we can get out and get a lot of great looks. So that's number one. We've got to play with great energy. Offensive rebounds as well. We got to crash, get some extra possessions, kick out threes, that sort of stuff. And then we are adapting kind of the stuff we're going to run. We're going obviously completely away from the Jimmy ISO ball that we've been playing in the last year with great effect. Jimmy's ability to create shots for others and himself and free throws. We don't have that luxury anymore. So that means we go away from the ISO stuff and we move into pick and roll stuff and our split game but it all really depends on who's out on the floor and we have to see what's working and what's not during each game.
Given that Jimmy is sort of unique in what he does for you guys, and Steph is very unique in what he does his whole career, how massive an adjustment is that, though, to make when you got two guys that you're built around and neither one of them is there?
Well, it's a huge adjustment, but it's also something that every team at some point has to figure out, just with injuries and stuff that happens. It's kind of part of the deal. So it's on us to figure it out. It's on the players to really generate the energy, the defensive mindset that you need to win games when your best offensive guys are out. And I'm confident that we can do that.
When it comes to pace, tomorrow you guys got Philly, their guards, Maxey, Edgecombe, super fast. Is there like a danger in running with them, turning a game like that into a track meet?
Not if you do it responsibly. We have rules, obviously, with transition defense and crashing, and you're going to be surprised when I tell you the number one thing you can do to negate another team's speed. I know this is going to shock you, but if we take care of the ball, then that will be very helpful too. So I don't think I've ever said that before. Maybe once.
How have you felt the emphasis on getting free throws has been since Jimmy's been out? Last two games you guys had plus 30 in free throw attempts, but has that been more of an emphasis without Jimmy?
Well, if we're gaining an advantage, however, like I said, with pace or offensive boards or really good screening, then we should get some free throws because you're forcing the defense to react. So the guys are doing a good job of being really aggressive, and we know over the long haul we're not going to get the sheer volume that Jimmy brings, but execution always helps in that regard.
Steve, how would you describe what Al has brought to your group this year, especially in these last couple of weeks where he's been able to be in the mix consistently?
He's awesome. He's such a great pro. He's seen it all. Such a good player. He's become, in the latter stages of his career, this excellent three-point shooter. But the wisdom, the fundamental play, the awareness of what wins, all of that is so huge for us. And thrilled for Al because the first part of the season, we had so many back-to-backs. He couldn't play in the back-to-backs, and then he suffered the injury. And so it feels like over the last 2-3 weeks, he's really found his groove, and it's helping us immensely.
What have you thought about Malify so far? What have the reports been like from Santa Cruz, and then just when he's been up here with you guys? What
He's
do you think?
really an active player. I like watching him play. He's all over the floor, which I love. I mean, and that needs to be his identity. He's got a good mentor in Guy. They have similar styles in terms of just being pretty active at both ends of the floor, making stuff happen. So I'm a fan, and it's been fun to get to know him a little bit and to see him play on that last road trip.
So, start of the season, Melton was at about 20 minutes a game. He's been up to about 25 the last, few weeks. Just physically, how have you seen him, ramp up or adjust as the season's gone on? And do you see him eventually getting to that 30-minute mark at some point this year, or do you want to keep him at 25?
It's definitely a possibility. You know, I talked to Rick about that the other day. He said, yes, that's something that we can aim for, but not yet. The 2-year absence means a very slow ramp up for that. And I think Rick and the staff and Melt have handled it perfectly. You know, see where he is now compared to 6 weeks ago when he came back. It's pretty dramatic. So he looks great. He's feeling really good. We'll just keep him on the same trajectory for now, and we'll hopefully be able to ramp up the minutes after, you know, at a certain point. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.